Hey gang, Stuart Goffey here. Welcome to the 6th episode in our 8-part series on the select menu in Audacity. Let's jump right into Audacity. And if we look at this select menu and we go to audio clips, then that submenu has 4 options: previous clip boundary to cursor, cursor to next clip boundary, previous clip, and next clip. These seem pretty self-explanatory, but there's a couple of pitfalls that I want you to be aware of. So first of all, I've got these 3 clips here and I've separated them a little bit to make it obvious what's going on. So I want to start out with my cursor in the middle of the middle clip here and go to select audio clips and select previous clip boundary to cursor. So as you might imagine, this is going to cause Audacity to jump to the first clip boundary, the beginning of a clip or the end of a clip, the first one previous to where my cursor is, and then select everything from there to the cursor. So if I select that option, we can see that that's what happens. It backs up to this boundary at the beginning of the clip I'm in, that's the previous clip boundary, and selects to the cursor position. And likewise, if I do select audio clips cursor to next clip boundary, it's going to select from the cursor to the next clip boundary that it finds, which in this case is the end of this current clip. So if I select that, we see that's exactly what happens. Now we can also use that if we're not within an audio clip, we're in empty space between clips, and that's why I have these separated this way. If I have the cursor between clips, then I can do select audio clips and cursor to next clip boundary. Let's say I want all of the clips on this track to shift to a particular spot. I want to delete some dead air, as it were. So I can do cursor to next clip boundary, and the selection then is not within a clip. And if I delete that, then it'll shift everything on this track that's to the right of the selection over to begin at the start of that clip, right? So that can be handy as well. All right, now moving on, if we go to select audio clips, previous clip, this is where things get interesting. Previous clip and next clip, and the shortcuts for those are Alt, comma, and Alt period. You might expect that if you're in the middle of a clip and you select previous clip, that it's going to select the previous clip, right? So if I'm in the middle of this clip, it's going to select this clip. But what happens in fact is that, and I have to say I consider this to be a bit of a bug, but what happens is Audacity selects from the first previous boundary that it finds, the beginning that's first previous to the cursor position, which of course is the clip that we're in, and selects that clip. So if I do select audio clips, previous clip, then it selects the current clip rather than the previous clip. And if I do it again, select audio clips, previous clip, if I do it again, now it selects the previous clip, because at that point the selection is at the beginning of the clip. And so if I do select previous clip, then I do get the previous clip beginning from the next previous clip beginning, right? So I'm already at a beginning, so it selects the previous beginning, which is the previous clip. Okay. So next clip, select audio clips, next clip, works as expected. So if I'm in the middle of this clip, and I'll use the shortcuts for these next few just so that it's a little bit easier to see. So if I do Alt period, I get the next clip, and I do Alt comma, I get the previous clip. And if I'm in the middle of a clip and I hit Alt comma, I get the current clip. If I hit it again, I get the previous clip. So if I'm in the middle of a clip and I want to select the previous clip, I just hit it twice. That's what I've gotten used to doing. The nice thing about having all of these as menu options is that means they're also commands in Audacity, and you can incorporate them into macros. So if you're working on building a macro, be aware of that behavior. If you give the command select previous clip, if the cursor happens to be anywhere other than the beginning of the clip, that's the one that you want the previous clip to, it's going to select the current clip, not the previous one. And again, hopefully this will be corrected in a future version of Audacity, but just something to be aware of. I'm Stuart, hope this helps.